Save downhill style. There's something I want to talk to you about in private. As well as answering. I have something to say to Princess Lucy. Everyone outside the library, waiting for Princess Lucy and Liu Feng to talk. Yu Fei just walked back and forth holding a glowing lantern. Isina is glaring. Yu Fei stopped flashing past. I blinked so much that I had dizzy eyes. You two go into the break room with your eyes flashing. You are eager to say. This electric light is magical. It doesn't light a fire, but it can glow. It's amazing. Igina feels disturbed. She pins voice with you, Africa. I'm going to bed, CA Poetry Gen also asleep. But Yu Fei still won't stop. Isina, she said to watch the wind. Did you tell me the principle of electric light? I'm curious. Curious enough not to sleep. Isina just yawned and returned the benefits of obesity. I'll stop. I'll go to bed. Let's talk tomorrow. I thought Katharinia was asleep, but no. You are ashamed to think about your actions. You yelled at yourself, Katharinia. What did you do? Such poor expression. It is very difficult to see Fong again. When we talk, we stutter. I almost fainted again. You lost face too much to save your friends. I thought I was a weak, noble lady. Two went to the Atlantic. But what should I do next? Stay forever in the castle or SAO? Interest in heaven. Sometimes it makes people feel like they are not eating. Then, although I also want to help the community, but I don't know anything. If you are stuck with your feet, why? What to do, hoo-hoo. But Princess Lucy was particularly fond of. What happened, hero? Why do you think they also say, I want to talk to Princess Lucy? Maybe they saved me. Why is there a bunch of thoughts going around like this? I also want to go to bed. Then, outside the door of the library into the banquet, Ellie Mina Donut is waiting outside the door, in which Ellie goes back and forth. Mina said impatiently, Ellie, can you stop walking around? I want eyes. I'm sorry, Mina. Ellie continued. Now, the young master and Princess Lucy are alone in the room. Alone Mina is not curious what they say, SAO. Who the hell is that? Natural ears of Mina and Johnny together pricked up. The two of them looked at each other. That's what Ellie said. Donut said inside, we're talking. That was Mina just now. And Yonez both caught the sound of talking. Your ears will react. In the Atlantic City, in Liu Feng's office. Invite Princess Lucy to sit down. Lucy face tense voice thanks and asks. Save Feng, I have something I want you to agree to. Monkey replied. Please call me Liu Feng. You guys, what's a little strange? If anything happens, the bandit princess can say it directly. Princess Lucy said that. Then call me Lucy too. Lucy is serious about why she's here today. Lucy was worried. Save Feng, I say the four princes have reached the western border. He closed his eyes and said yes. More. From the prince who sent men to the Atlantic City. Give me instructions. Officially invited the left to join his cause. Lucy replied to the four princes, I know him well. He came down to the west, certainly not with good intentions. He wants to prepare supplies and riders. I'm going to make this beautiful Atlantic. The four princes will surely occupy this place. I am filled with my knowledge of you. I will absolutely not accept his invitation. Forced into this battle. Lucy was so worried about herself. Laughing and waving, the hand calmly replied, "Lucy, you're wrong. I'm not in the habit of standing under the eaves, wearing the wrong person. So, I have refused the invitation of the four princes." Lucy continued to speak. "I can take the name of a princess. Help me summon the centaur. Help me fight the four kingdoms." Surprised to stop talking. "Lucy, if I remember correctly, Sao. The love between us is not that deep." Lucy rolled her teeth, a little angry but calm. "Because I need your help with something. Help me kill it, Prince Lucia. And go all his." Calmly thinking, Ra is like that. "I can agree with you. After catching the prince, it will be delivered to you to handle it. I need you to coordinate something with me." What did Lucy ask? "Liu Feng Tong, I want to correct all the western lands. But the four princes are there. Fear of affecting my work speed. I don't need you to gather centaurs for me. But I need your princess reputation. To increase the speed, attract the surrounding nobles to invest here. Of course, I will also spread the word what the princes do. Go outside." Lucy decapitated agreed, no problem. "So starting now, we are officially working together." Two people shake hands together to prove the partnership. Say of course. Happy cooperation. Happy cooperation. Meanwhile, outside Ellie's room, everyone was glued to the door. "Put your ear to the ear." "But I couldn't hear anything," Ellie said angrily. Not heard. Mina stood by and was helpless to scold Ellie. "You're not like this," Ellie said with her hand to the door. "I'm interested. Tell me, what are the young master and the red princess talking about? It's been so long." Suddenly, the door opened. Ellie hasn't reacted to the petrification yet. The face without a drop of blood. Ellie instinctively called out. "You fall forward, but it doesn't hurt. They say it's soft." Ellie breathed for an hour. But then a quiet male voice came out. "Ellie, what are you doing here?" Aeolium Maple flushed face stuttering reply. "You're welcome, young master." I saw Ellie say. Just in time for Eliku to go and prepare tomorrow's headline. Princess Lucy is in favor of the Atlantic. The whole territory of the Atlantic. Must quickly. Ellie breathed a sigh of relief. "The two of you are in the room talking seriously." "Not what you think." Ellie said. "Yes, young man. People talk about this in their SAO. Stupid people don't ask. If not, what else do you say?" Ellie knows she's wrong. "I can't believe you're so dark." Her face flushed, and she ran away. "Just run and say I understand, young master." "I'm going to call now." The staff of the newspaper began to prepare. I saw Ellie's protest. Princess Lucy came to her retainers and said, "Watch out, very defenseless me. Girls in this room. Look at me, it's like someone who's going to steal their man." The princess's subordinates suspected or asked, "Oh, Your Majesty does not like to save the SAO." Lucy blushed said, "Of course not, I look like that." The subordinate looked suspicious or nodded. "Turns out I don't like it." Then in the city of Malia, in a room. Some people are eating in front of the table. In the center are the four princes, surrounded by nobles. The four princes say, "Haha. You're welcome to come, so I'm really excited." Everyone on the table flattered the word, "Prince, Your Majesty summoned us. It's our honor." Another person added, "Yes, I just heard your Majesty's words. I'll be right here." The prince's name sounded like a flag. He held up a glass of wine. "I have everyone's support. It can be posted to the throne. By then, you can all be promoted." Although I say that, but in his mind, he couldn't help but despise. These country nobles need people who don't have people. Need money, no money. We should wait for news on the Atlantic side. Just save it to where you hold it. The capital is at hand. Suddenly, the door opened and crashed against the wall. Call for one. A panicked blonde came in from outside. Scream out, "Your Majesty is not good. Your Majesty is not good." The overbearing prince scolded the one who had just arrived. "I'm very healthy." The blue-faced subordinate knelt down trembling and said, "It's not that, I'm not okay. I'm not okay with missing my mouth." Then he raised his face in a sweat and said, "But your Majesty, I also have a job of folding kir." He was too scared to speak out. The four princes eagerly asked the exile to be Sao. The servant trembled even more. "Last year, I didn't know the good and the bad. Your Majesty's orders do not look, refuse to even say." "He also said you are." The subordinate stuttered, refusing to say Ra. "If you see that, you are angry." "Say I do, Sao say." The servant has to say. Say day is defeat. The dog is not worth giving. The four princes beat the table furiously. "He wants to die." Then the faces of the four prisoners were dark. He really said that. "My name is kind of on my knees." "That's right. That's right. You can hear it with your own hands." The prince can't stand it anymore. He knew that the devil could not obey him. He must die. Four princes call Count Polly. The count was quickly called out. "Yes, there are retainers." Four princes blue face meter ordered. "Go immediately and summon 1,000 horsemen. Go get the head." "I don't know about this good and bad." But Polly nodded and said, "Yes, the doctor ordered the head to meet." His face is a sly smile. In my head, can't help but think the enemy can finally report it. West of the Atlantic, on a cool moonlit night, the air is buzzing, wobbling. Sheets of paper flying all over the street. Everyone should take a look. So that's today's news. Someone said this. Have you read the newspaper? The Atlantic has more than 1,000 soldiers. Others vaguely answer AI that knows. But even if it's not 1,000, it's probably not less. Even though Sao dared to confront the four princes, certain strength and tricks are not weak. Others say, I think it would be safer to return to my own country. The same great war. People like us can't stand artillery. What is the rush of love? Look at the situation first. The four princes must be active. But at the residence of the four princes, the words from the Kier newspaper were right there on the table. The content of the newspaper is the royal commoner turned. The great prince gained the right to remain. The four most likely princes, in the west trying to save one side. The intention of separating the imperial court, Baron of the Atlantic into exile. There are thousands of riders. Princess Lucy helps the bandit clean up the traitors. Finished picking up an hour's worth of newspaper wrapped tightly around the table. The four angry princes told Count Polly. Lucy is back in the Atlantic. They also expressed support for. Count Polly analyzed what he had learned. Your Majesty has sent someone to investigate. But now the most important is to think about how to deal with the nobles. Maybe they will betray you. The four princes don't care. His face didn't he manage them for a while. Even if you want to do something, it will also be undecided. But Lucy's side saved. He's going to continue, but stop the comma. The deputy. The horsemen's distribution immediately began, when the rural nobles could not react. A compact grid saved Lucy. The Earl heard your majesty say that, replied the fool with a hesitant face. As your majesty, in such a short time we have not collected enough food. The four princes heard the Earl's love for them, but secretly in anger. Food collected 10 on the road 8 small city owner. He will not dare to rebel. But if anyone dares to resist, he will die without mercy. The Count bowed his head in agreement. Then quickly get ready. At the city gate, Count Polly sitting on horse. Lead the army out of the city. Baron Nick behind him anxiously asked the Earl to retreat. The current situation, you feel that we can really. Not waiting for him to finish, the Count has returned to correct him. From that moment, we became the boat of the four princes. Even if it's true in the paper, we have no way to turn back. Then he bowed his head and talked about this country. The princess and the four princes in the west. Only one side survived. Self-sufficient, Nick should fighting spirit. Raise your hand as a victory sign. Yes, I think a lot. We will definitely win. Bus-stripped Polly calmly assigned the field behind. People who understand are good. Tell the knights to follow us. In the capital of the Atlantic City. In the garden, the Fangs are sitting talking. Katharina holding the bandit's hand, shaking her soft voice. Go ahead and tell me what I can do. I can learn anything. I can't help but be bothered. All right, you stop shaking. My hand is about to break. I think Catherine is so different today. Frequently ask people. Katarina today, SAO turned out so. Compared to yesterday, like everyone else, Izina is also curious. I want to know. The casino is said to be weird. Ask Liu Feng, tell me what I can do without fear. Then Katharina clapped her chest with determination. Headache thinking my expression was too poor last night. You must perform well today. And leave a good impression on the world. Save your breath. Question Katharina. Why do you have to work in government? Not funny. Casino glum eyes cluster down the sad voice in the. Of course, I just want to be happy. Just help everyone. Everyone has a job that I don't do. Too useless. When you're done talking, you all look sad. It's not like there's a cloud. The wind is also powerless. So do you have a knack for something? I can't help but think. I can't believe Catherine thought so much. The Katharina seemed to regain its vitality. Smiling with the sun, I tell you my good points. The school that this. But then I realized something. What strength do I have? And I said, I don't seem to know anything. The wind broke loose. Do you have to forget about your talent? Katharina suspect, or what, is the same opening music. Katharina fun, right lute? I know how to play the lute. Save the lamp nods. There's something very important between us. It's not that you can't. It's about being an idol. Speaking of which, you cough. I realize this is not Earth. This is heterosexuality. They don't know what an idol is. You change the other ones. Wrong words, wrong words. I'm going to invite Miss Katerina. Become the musical house of the Atlantic City. Create a unique music team. It belongs to the Atlantic City. Maybe periodically later, to organize a music festival in Atlantic City. Let everyone enjoy it. How do people feel? Everyone's faces were full of questions. What's the use of the Atlantic team? There is no point in saying that. Explain it. Conquer the world. It's not just about crushing weapons. Conquering culture. It's also an important part of that. Just Catharina do well. The music can grow. The future can definitely become an important existence. Can protect the Atlantic City safely. Catherine too, realizing her importance. And he happily replied, the effect of music is so great. I agreed to build a music team. Catharina cheer up. She also laughed and rubbed her head and cheered. Until then, I will definitely to be the first listener of the band. Luffy sat on the table looking at the Catharina that admires. Congratulations are good. Izina sees Zupi not being fun. If you know she has something to say, ask. She also said her wish to become a master. It's not okay. Don't be afraid to take the first step. Who knows what the results are? Yufi is happy to nod boom. Yufi is encouraged to move towards the wind. A determined voice said, Master Liu Feng, you can teach me how to build a hot air balloon. No, I want to fly it to the dwarf kingdom. To find my mother. He dropped his voice slightly, sorry. You are Yufi, right? I'm sorry that might make you 7. When the balloon can fly. But you can't cross the distance. So just rely on the balloon. You can't go to the Ori kingdom. African crouched down, a face full of sadness as that. When I saw her so sad, I remembered something. But balloons can't fly far. But now I've got design thinking. You can fly further. If you can make it. Maybe you'll go to the Ori kingdom to find your mother. Yufi eyes bright as Sao, do not believe ask the real Sao. I agreed to try and see if I could make it. The words to Ellie give her the book. Ellie nodded yes, young master. This book is also taken to Elvi thinking, or asking this is. Save the world Theo. There's a magic mechanic in here. You're a steam engine. Just be able to create it. Desire to find Ori water. Finding your mother can be done. In my head thinking, Lucy said this Luffy has a very good forging technique. P connection creates a favorite among the nobles of the capital. Maybe she'll make this. Africa is determined to say. I will try. You see the spirit of Africa, so good. Cheer up. Where are you? Come find me. Stand up and tell everyone. Relax in the garden for a while. Next, you have to go back to being yourself. When it came to the princess herself, she took it seriously. It's time to discuss the next step. How to deal with the 4 princes. Sei Feng said again, talk about what the 4 princes do. Now, to prepare for the opening ceremony of the gold coin supermarket. The princess can't keep up. Like a stupid chicken. At any store that has an onion room. Everyone in the city stood in front of the store. The store is huge. Painted outside is white. Very beautiful decoration. AI is also suspicious or curious about the store. Another new store has opened. Stop watching, stop painting. Inside the shop, Princess Lucy is going to visit inside. The princess looked at the entertainment of the shop. Not out of admiration. It's so beautiful. She tilted her head, curiously looking at everything around her. There are things that this is the first time you've seen. It's not far away. In front of the line of bright-eyed Ellie lollipops as follows. This is a lollipop that I didn't try yesterday. I can't see Ellie. Call out Ellie. How to check it? Ellie heard the young master. Call me and run. But still holding the lollipop in his hand. Jump up to the wind. You said the missing furniture is in place. There's no problem. It can always open. Ellie realizes what's wrong. My hand is shaving again. It's dangerous. It's in your hand. It's dangerous. His face dropped in panic and looked around. Hurry up and hide the candy. You can't let people know you're stealing. But not in time to hide was exiled exposed. Why do you think the store hasn't opened yet? Someone came in to steal food. Say it and put your hands behind your back. Hold your arm. Hold your candy. Put up front. Ellie saw her actions being discovered. Her face flushed with phlegm. This is not what I took. I took it. Let Mina see it. When it came to Mina, Mina appeared. The surprised face asked. After Mina knew everything, she pinched her face. Ellie was angry. Half box jar. Take the candy yourself and pour it for me. Ellie, I don't know what to do, sorry. Sorry, I panicked. Princess Lucy looked at one. Shop room inquiry, save Feng. I saw your stuff here on the market. Why should I open another store like this? Save Feng laughed softly, holding up the price list. The main reason is here. Then show the money to Princess Lucy. The princess found it much more expensive than the market. Ask to see the wind. I hope you can explain it right. In this supermarket, quality of the goods, it's a little bit more out of the market. Moreover, the packaging will also be much more careful. Of course, the price will be a little more expensive. The princess is still not satisfied. But if it's just that, it can also be done in the market. Let Lucy understand the meaning. This is because class stretching is a little more general. Products in this place, it's aimed at the high-end market of the rich. The big market is aimed at the mass market. More later. Most of the merchants here use packaging. The special colors of the Atlantic. Just the packaging of those products. Remembered by customers. Later, when they appeared in other cities. The more distinctiveness there will be until then. It'll make it easier for me to get into the market. Lucy nodded in agreement. That's what raw is. Packing like this, compared to the big market side. It's actually easier to attract nobles. Liu Feng continued. That's right, I opened this store. It's because of the tight grip on the aristocratic population. Think something. Lucy contemplates the future, this thought though good. But maybe the four princes. I'll find you soon enough to cause trouble. Now you're not seriously prepared. It's really not cool. Lucy is worried about me. Laughing as if not answering. I've been planning this for a long time. It's not about pausing for the little quad. Stop for a moment, he added. You don't have to worry. I guarantee the army of the four princes. They did not enter the territory of the Atlantic. Mountains say song. He told the staff next to him to open the shop. Girl staff voice reverently replied. Yes, my lord. Lucy over here. Even though what Fong said is not possible. But the boat has got to go. So you can only trust him. On the streets of the Atlantic City, Viscount Gam ate. Master 2 copy happy face. Western loaves of bread. looking forward to the new store opening. In his mind, he kept thinking, it's been a few days in the Atlantic. This city is still the moment. It's a surprise for me. It is true that religion does not get bored as long as it takes. Suddenly, you see ahead. People are gathering the Middle East casting in front of the store. AI is also talking excitedly. Think or ask. Why is this place so busy? A passerby helped him answer his question. Kim Yuan Supermarket will open today. The owner said everything in there. There's a lot of new inventions that never came out. Viscount Gam ate full of doubt. Everything is there. Let me open the label. Inside the store is a bustling atmosphere. AI is also curious about the items here. The staff is very enthusiastic. Lord Gam 8 just walked in. A beautiful character approaching. Salute, voice hello. Please register here. The Viscount was startled by the kind attitude of the staff. I'm not used to it, but I can still nod. From stripping after sending luggage to a shelf. On a shelf filled with stacked jars. It's very horizontal. He picked up a box to watch the surprise milk tea. What is milk tea, and the norm is that each person can only buy 2 bottles. The staff saw that he was so confused and approached him. About Theo, sir. This is our Atlantic City specialty. It is a great drink to wait for guests. And now in your hands is a special version. It was very different from the things that other nobles bought. We've been fully promoted. Quality and discount. The Viscount was a bit surprised to find it so good. That's what I said. Then give me 2 bottles. He looked over to the other side. Another noble is also being referred by staff for goods. The other B is 2 profane people discussing cookies. See if this is a cookie. I heard the military is using it. Military.